Let's explain to people how to be intelligent instead of unintelligent, right? Do you understand? All right. Last night I was watching TV, doing time because of the abuse and the body. Just wow, shit, guys. The Mr. Rocket Scientist, and then the young man well, he was much younger than me, but yeah, everybody, yeah, call him McCain a young man, yeah, because they act like, I get it. The young man in the scrubs at Lowe's. Um, Guys, it's not brown force trauma. Yeah, it is. You can make any results you want to make out of what you think you're doing and saying. Okay, blunt force trauma is excessive and compulsive. Basically, it's hereditary. Yes, people genetically have sequences that react the same to imbalances and disgustingness in the environment. They call it cancer. They call it heart disease. They call it. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Now, the causes for the heart disease and the cancer and the hereditary diseases as they perceive them. The brain surgeons aren't intelligent. They're just body mechanics. Okay. All they're doing is taking a body that's destroyed by repetitive, insane, insidious behaviors and putting it back together so they can feel important, and wow, he's a brain surgeon. It's like, he's just a brain mechanic. Okay, that's all he is. The same with the rocket scientists. Okay, that's all they are. Okay. If I had devoted myself to doing stuff like that, like I told them, the way I could paint stuff when I was a kid, and devote myself to doing it. You don't do it forever, but if I was okay, I'm going to be a brain surgeon. Yeah, I could have done it. Okay. People are like, what? Yeah, you have to have good hand pressure. You just have to be very good at what you're doing. It's with the brain, right? And so I tried to explain it to that town guy. People think you're arrogant. So if you think you can do anything, no, but I can do a lot of things. And if I wanted to be a good skater, I would have been a good skater. Okay. If I have to put in a lot of work at it, I just simply don't do it because I'm not an excessive or compulsive person. I didn't do skating and stuff like that. I could play. I was the fastest person in the world. Do you understand? I was the fastest person in the world that could jump higher than anybody else in the history of this. I could jump higher than anybody. I was the fastest and could jump. When I was 5'9" when that happened with Coach Eisel and stuff like that, and yeah. Okay, guys. I was 14, 15 years old, and when I was jumping down that mat, I didn't understand the physics of it. It's like, yeah, I was getting depressed because I couldn't do it. I didn't do it outside, and I was trying my hardest and with the mat. And then I was, oh shit, you were jumping. Yeah, I was jumping as far as the senior in high school. Okay, who came to see me? And Ricky was cool about it. Ricky Griffin came to see me play basketball because he'd heard about me, and there was like legendary things about it because I was supposed to be Mexican. Because everybody thought my dad was Mexican, and because it was obvious my mother was not, and that I, stood up to bullies and stuff. I became kind of local legendary. That happened to me everywhere, with Freddie LaFall and Stacy Gardner at the basketball game, and everywhere, and Larry and the guys picking me up on the way home because the Klan, who was run by the sheriff's deputy department at that time, was friends with, and stuff, the sheriff's deputy department, the guy here in Cruise back in the 80s with Mr. Swank and stuff, and I stood up for, I was local legend everywhere I went. I stood up to tyranny, the thing with Mike Bedia and Jay Caruth at the basketball game and everything, and the one kid that was, and they all got scared because I sat there and said, "You coming over? Patrice." And Mike asked me, "What are you doing?" I mean, I didn't mean to be a local legend. It just happened. It was like falling. It was like water off a duck's back, right? And it's like right now. Okay. I am the eternal spirit of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. Okay. Saladin. Okay. So, all you people who would want to meet someone like David or Saladin, Jesus was like him. It's a molecular structure of consistent people. It's a repetitive temple for a soul. It has a genetic sequence. Genome sequencing. They do it in New Mexico State. They get the stuff from White Sands. Okay, it's not that hard. It's because it's true. It's based on science. Okay, most people just see me as a charismatic cult leader, and Jesus really isn't that important. It's like, are you sure about that? I think Jesus is Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John is a tad bit different than just about everybody else in the history of the world. Okay, and there's like I don't know the sequence, but I know there's Krishna and Siddhartha and Judah Krishnamurti. I don't know what the other sequences are. I haven't studied that line. I'm not a British rich person going up and picking up an Indian kid and bringing him back to England and sending him to the finest schools, and stuff. And then rejecting the finest schools because they're genocide factories, and which is a new phenomenon. Sending people to genocide factories and getting them to accept the program so they can maintain the status quo through genocide operations. Okay, that's a very recent phenomenon, guys. It's not something that has happened, for thousands of years. We stayed in villages. We stuck together and tried not to be part of the big murdering wackadoodle groups that built all the big buildings to their insanity and stuff. This is a very modern phenomenon, guys. Okay. For tens of thousands of years, for thousands and thousands of years, we were able to just migrate away, walk away, and keep worship and share worship, and then try to get people to come. People come to us. We don't go to them. I didn't take the Gospels to the people. The people brought them to me. I was just trying to be Amy's husband and Patrick's dad, and you know what I'm saying? Last night, I went to the TV thing and I watched, they had the end of Nightline. And it's weird, it's not the news anymore, it's advertising. And they had Missy Elliott on there talking about her iconicism and the lady telling her how great she is. It's like, you talk about yourself for having sex with psychotic individuals that will make, okay. Just think of the people that are the record producers like Joseph Goebbels. Okay, you know who Joseph Goebbels is? Okay. That's the people who keep the people fighting over the money, so the people that manipulate the money can be what's perceived as power. And they keep them tribal, secular, and insular and fighting and murdering so they can have attack the people they want to liquidate their assets and then build a strong war machine through the people that are on their team. That's what's happening. That's what politics is, guys. It's not that hard. Okay. And so they talk about, well, I was living with my mom. It's like, you don't own a house. The house owns you. Well, because money's not real and you need lots of money to have this house with people that keep you safe with politics, money, and genocide operations through technology and economics. But you're not safe. Well, because you trap the soul in the mind, and the mind is destroying the true essence of the soul. You can have all the things of this world and sacrifice the very nature of your spirit. And then they showed, I was watching Entertainment Tonight, because when they did that mindfuck thing with me with good religion, never gave me any trouble, with Timberlake, right? So I said, well, what's happening with this fool, coming up in the house thinking he can fuck with my head like the rest of these assholes, and it didn't work. No, it doesn't work. They were all into it. They thought it was fun. It was like the hip thing to do. See if you can get in Parsons' head and make him make videos about you on the internet, right? And the videos are better than anything Dave Chappelle or Justin Timberlake have ever done with their pathetic lives, getting fuck money to fuck. They're brave, they're intelligent, these videos are way better than anything on fucking TV. But I sat there and watched the thing. I looked at the psychotic, because Jennifer Lopez is distracted because the Temple Set Illuminati used her to try to fuck here. Okay, so she's, be careful how you touch her, for she'll awaken. And sleep's the only freedom that she knows. Because she tried to fuck me without touching me. She's probably going to want to, when this is all done, well, yeah, because I'm using the technology to eliminate the people that are torturing Yolanda and Stephanie and Amy and Raquel with these bad science projects, because they know what it's like to make love to a man and not be fucked by a tool bag. Okay, do you understand? It's a very rare. Okay. Guys, my brother-in-laws are good guys, but who's King David? Who's the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer? Who stood up to the Philistines that were raping Mexican girls to death for a bad science project? It wasn't Punchy. It wasn't. Dave. It wasn't Jerry. It was me. It's me. I'm doing it. Okay. So you can say, I'm like King David, but you got to prove it. And then they had this stuff, and they had the Maria whatever Taylor talking to the little young black swimmer who is losing her mind. Because if they can't be sports icons for lots of money as one of Goebbels' propaganda projects, they have to think about what they're doing, and they know fundamentally it's wrong. He gets us? No, he doesn't. That's an advertising campaign to make you guys think that Jesus, the Spirit of Jesus, is a figment of people's imaginations that can't handle what they're doing to Parsons. That's all that's happening, man. I'm uncomfortable, and I don't know if they're going to physically kill me with chemical poisoning and then call it hereditary cancer, but it's not. Okay, when you're chemically poisoned and stressed and then your body starts to shut down, that's what it is. It's not hereditary cancer, it's murder. God damn, you guys are so fucking stupid. It's like explaining, you explain to you Joseph Goebbels, and I have to explain everything to you guys. It's like, oh man, it's like, okay, it's a bunch of retarded children, which you are. You're all Flavor Flav and Snoop Dogg on TV thinking you're getting away with murder because you got money and nobody knows who Parsons is. That's just fucking crazy.